and I felt this pain in my right ear. And I'm like, what in the world? And then I remembered I had acupuncture yesterday.
Oh.
Yeah. First time I've been treated with acupuncture for a particular ailment. And my acupuncturist, Christian, put these permanent acupuncture, well, like 5-day acupuncture, little things in there. So I've got like these studs kind of taped in my ear. So they're putting a constant pressure on that acupressure point. And it kind of hurts. Which tells me there's something wrong, with the place I'm having healed. But I'd forgotten about that. I'm like, what in the world's going on in my ear? And I had an earworm. I thought I had an earworm sort of moment.
All right.
So what do you think about this Mitt Romney thing? Are you excited about Paul Ryan? Are you excited about the young guy from Wisconsin being in the presidential pick? Or you think it's just it just doesn't make no difference to you?
I am excited.
Yeah.
But the word excitement does not, need to be hyphened with being happy.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah. So it could be excitable. I can see you excitable.
I think these are just horrible people, all the way around.
All the way around. All of them. All four of them.
Look, you all four of them.
Mitt, Paul, Barack, Joe. All of them, or just Mitt and Paul.
I've in politics.
Mitt and Paul, that's pretty good.
I've never been like. I've always wanted to give grace, But look, you don't get to run Bain Capital and make that much money and be president. You got to choose one or the other.
You choose it. I'm with you.
And in Paul Ryan, you don't get to be in the House of Representatives for 9 years or whatever.
Yeah.
And have a millionaire lobbyist wife. You don't get to have both. You don't get to do that.
His wife is a millionaire lobbyist?
Yeah, former lobbyist. They got tons of money. I mean, we're not talking Mitt Romney money.
Really?
Yeah. So you just don't get to be vice president, and
it does seem a bit greedy, doesn't it? These guys,
yeah.
just grabby, just a little bit more. Like we've benefited from all the good things the country gives us, and now we want to run the thing. Yeah, I'm with you.
They're talking about Paul Ryan. One of the things is that he does this P90X workout thing.
Yeah, see, why do I know that as well? Why of the things we know is it that this guy does P90X workout, which really is not a sustainable workout methodology.
No, it isn't.
I got to tell you.
Well, they says that he's got 9% body fat. I don't care about that because Biden, he's got 4% body fat, and that guy can ground and pound. So
there's no question. Any guy that could take the pain of the plugs in the head that guy had to take, he's a tough dude.
Yeah.
No, I'm with you. I just think, picking Paul Ryan, Paul might be a fine guy, but if he was the answer to our problems, why wasn't he running for president?
Yeah.
Honestly, why wasn't he running for, if he's so great, why is he not running for president? I don't understand that. How a guy just sort of sits it out and then they say, well, how about being the vice president? If you thought your ideas, it seems to me that if you're going to be the vice president, which means, to borrow this phrase from politics, you're one heartbeat away.
Yeah.
One heartbeat away. Well, actually, one missing heartbeat away. From being the president, don't you think you should have offered yourself up to maybe be the candidate? So I don't get it, how this guy's sitting around, working the day job, says he's going to be president. Paul Ryan.
Not to mention he's from Wisconsin. I don't even want to get into that.
He's not my guy. So my conspiracy theory deal?
Okay, yeah.
I was parked behind a vehicle today and it struck me. It was a government-owned vehicle. I could tell by the license plate.
It struck you?
My conspiracy
theory. You had an aha moment?
I did have an aha moment. I look at the back of this car, and it has a sign on it that says, "This vehicle stops at railroad crossings." Mm-hmm. So I said to myself, why does it stop at railroad crossings? Oh, well, it's a government vehicle. Mm-hmm. Why does the government tell the drivers of their vehicles stop at railroad crossings? Is there something dangerous about railroad crossings that they're not telling us? Is there something that the people who know what happens at railroad crossings is like, hey, let me tell you.
Hey, we're going to keep it on the down low.
Stop before you cross those tracks.
Right.
Why? Isn't that curious? And buses as well, like school buses, with our most precious cargo.
Yeah.
Right. With the kind of cargo that you couldn't care any more about than our sweet children. Mm-hmm. They stop at railroad crossings.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is there something about railroad crossings that we don't know?
Or like it sounds like in the past, was there just like a rash of government vehicles getting run over by trains?
Like, look, it's killing the budget.
Yeah.
We just cannot have another vehicle get side T-boned by a.
Categorically, we're saying no more of that. So
Yeah, unbelievable. All right, so anyway, it just kind of freaked me out. I just it crept in like an earworm. It just snuck into my head.
So tell me about this story when you're at this gastropub in London.
Well, I wasn't at a gastropub.
Okay.
But the word gassed is what reminded me of it because as it turns out in the English lexicon, the word pissed doesn't mean angered. It means drunk.
Yeah.
So we're in this subway car in the underground. We've traveled for 18, 20 hours. I'm tired. There's some jolly fellas on the bus, on the car, and they're kind of jawing with us. There's 4 or 5 of us, and I've got my backpack on, which I acknowledge. When you get into the vehicle, you're supposed to, in the car, the subway, you're supposed to take your backpack off and put it down by your feet.
Okay.
We had gotten in, and I was tired, and I was just sort of standing there holding the post, had my backpack on, and this guy bumps into it. And he says, "Roll about your backpack off," and so I turn around to sort of engage with this fella, and I'm sensing, hey, we got a little motion in the air.
Yeah.
And then the guy sort of comes to his bearings, but then he said to me, "Well, I'm just really pissed." And I thought he meant he was really mad.
Right.
That he was really angry. Meaning like, this, you have really crossed a line, and now we're going to have to do something about it.
Instead, he was saying, "Don't pay attention to me, I'm drunk."
Yeah, don't pay attention to me, I'm drunk. And I'm thinking he's saying, it's go
on.
time. It's
Yeah.
go time. So I start to sort of rev up and sort of lean in a little bit. And he's like, "No, I'm just pissed." And I'm like, "Well, then let's settle it." Unbelievable. And then he realized, he goes, "No, here, that means drunk."
You dumb American.
Yeah. So I mean, and there's nothing that makes a proud American feel worse than when a drunk Englishman has to correct
his grammar.
Yeah, corrects his grammar. It's just, I just wanted to go home and climb into my man cave. I mean, it was just really something. So in the news here in the Twin Cities, we have a feature here on the radio program called Cripes Come On, and You've Got to Be Kidding Me. It's our little way of pointing out the things in the world that aren't the way they're supposed to be.
And in the Twin Cities, when we don't have weather, we have news.
It's true.
Because whenever there's weather,
that is news. Yeah, that's right.
No news.
That's right. It just blanks out everything. Like, there's a big rainstorm this morning, and I'm sure the meteorologists are all running around getting themselves all put together.
Prepare yourself, people. We're getting 1 or 2 inches of mist.
So we have we have a little musical selection that introduces.
I was
this
just flipped off by a silver-haired old lady with a "honk if you love Jesus" sticker on the bumper of her car.
So that's our little introduction to the Cripes section. We used to have one on the former version of the radio show called Cripes Come On, You've Got to Be Kidding Me, where we would remind people that there's things in this world that are not the way they're supposed to be, that they're broken, that they're downtrodden, and
Yes.
we have a choice to make in this world. Do we want to leave them that way, or do we want to do something
No,
about it?
we don't.
I saw a little news article here in the Twin Cities, and it caught me because of the headline. I read the headlines in a little Google News reader, so I find myself being titillated by the headlines, being drawn in to articles I don't want to read.
Right.
I just imagine in my head, what could this story be about with that headline, right? I don't know if you do the same thing. That's really all I'm doing. I'm playing a little game about what could they possibly be talking about right now.
Where could this be going?
Where could this be going? Here's the headline. Burned cat in Minneapolis puts Secret Service on alert. Burned cat in Minneapolis puts the Secret Service on alert. Now, if you had to write the story to go with that headline, I don't think you could come up with something better than this. Apparently, a crazy person burned a cat out of its life to death, and then mounted it against a tree and put Joe Biden or put Barack Obama and Joe Biden lawn sign next to it with some threats, and they thought that it was some kind of a statement about the well-being of the president.
Yeah.
Some guy's running through the park. This fellow named Luther lives a few blocks in the park in the story, and he says, I'm walking through the park and I look over and I'm like, what the hell is that? Isn't that a great image? What could that possibly be? So then the police end up coming over.
Crucified, burned cat.
On the stump along with the cat, with the flag stick stuck through his throat of the cat. Yeah. There was an iced tea can and cat food tin, and there was a sign for the Obama Biden ticket.
I don't get the iced tea. Was that?
Really? Like that's the point at which this became a confusing. That's the point at which this all got. Like I was totally.
I was with you, right?
I was with the crazy guy when he wanted to send a message to Barack Obama with the cat.
Yeah.
Iced tea. I enjoy good iced tea in the summer.
Right.
Could he have just forgotten it?
Right.
Was that some
It was
sort
like
of
a Lipton
problem?
Brisk. It was like in Arizona.
Yeah, that's right. Was it a brewing tea?
Yeah.
Or could you just mix it right in some cold water? All right. Well, crazy business. Hey, Tim Suttle is going to be with us. We're gonna give him a ring here over the break. And Tim does a number of things in his life. Tim is an author. Tim is a pastor of a church. Tim is the front man for a band. Isn't that awesome? The guy's got a band. And he's written a book called Public Jesus. He wants to have a conversation about the happenings of Jesus in public life. So stick with us here. And after the break, I'm going to play you a little music from Tim's from the band that Tim is the front man for, and the band is called Satellite Soul. Do I have that right? Is that right?
Yes. Yeah.
Satellite Soul. And all right. So here's a little music from. Really? Is there really a little music here from Satellite Soul?
I don't know, Doug.
I don't know either.
Could you monitor your exhalations while you're?
Am I heavy breathing?
You're panting.
Am I really? It's hot in here. All right, so here's a little Satellite Soul for you.